Dr. Shufeldt is here with us today, and you know, nobody likes to think about going to the emergency room. That just is a scary sounding thing anyway.
It's hard to plan ahead. Even going to the doctor's office when you really need it, it's really hard to get there and think, oh man, what did I forget to tell this doctor, because now he's already out of the room, and you know how the physicians are, they're in and out pretty quick.
Yeah, they're busy. Yeah. So when you go to the emergency room and you're in a crisis situation,
right.
I mean, you don't oftentimes have a lot of time to think about what to take.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to pack, you know, you hate to say it, but it's like when you have a baby, it's better to pack up front because you'll run out you run out of the house and,
right.
leave your husband behind. If you know at some time in your future you're going to the emergency department, and most people will, about 30% of the population hits it, the more you can bring with you, the better off you are.
Okay, such as what?
Such as, I mean, if you know your medical history, and obviously most people don't know it off the top of their head, but if you can have your medical history written down and all your allergies and all the medications that you're on and when you had what surgery, it really helps to walk in and say, here's my medications, here's my allergies, because it just makes the whole experience that much cleaner.
So you're saying go ahead and write it all down.
Right, and there's actually, we can put up the website, a downloadable form on the nextcare.com website.
Okay. And what do we have on here?
And basically it just goes over your entire medical history, starting with your past treatments and your medication history, what your allergies are, and your family history. And even taking this to your own doctor's office is fine, but it's a two-page thing that really goes over about everything somebody would want to know about you medically.
You know, this is a great thing to just have on hand for everybody in your family.
Right.
Especially like the medicines that you're taking.
Exactly.
Because sometimes, you get there and you can't think of them off the top of your head, the name of them.
Right. And when you go to your own doctor's office, the big complaint of physicians is he ran in or she ran out, didn't spend enough time with me, and I was waited there 2 hours anyway.
Right.
So the more information you can provide them, even including a copy of your EKG, whatever it is you can gather up and bring them, the better your care will be, because the more complete information they'll have.
Right. Does this really, sometimes I feel like I'm giving information overload to the physician.
I mean, if you walk in there for a sore toe and say, by the way, in 1956, I had my tonsils out, yeah, maybe it's a little too much. But the next time you go in there, they'll still have it on hand, and when you have a sore throat, they'll say, oh, well, you've had your tonsils out before. This may be good to know. Here,
I have a question for you.
Oh, no.
Kind of as a mom,
sure.
And just as a person too. It's late at night. How do you sometimes make the determination? Should I go to the emergency room? Should I sit this out and wait till the morning? What red flags say, yes, you need to? This is a case where you need to take it to the emergency room?
Regarding your child?
Well, regarding anything, like what types of chest pain, how high a fever should be. Well,
I mean, it's kind of it's a huge wide open answer. We always tell people, if it's an emergency to you, it's an emergency to us. Now, clearly, there's an overcrowding issue in the emergency departments, which is why urgent cares kind of came about. But things to look for: if they're not acting right, if you're talking to them and they're not responding to you appropriately, if they have a temperature that you can't bring down with Tylenol or Advil, if they're in pain that seems to be uncontrollable. Seizure, obviously, any chest pain, and really any chest pain in an adult.
Chest pain is so hard in adults because it can be so squirrely.
We spend umpteen millions and billions of dollars in the United States ruling out the fact that making sure people don't have heart attacks when they come in. And there's other causes of chest pain that are equally as problematic, like pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in your lungs, for example. So, chest pain in an adult definitely typically needs to get checked out. Unless, of course, you work out too much and your muscles are sore.
Right.
Not necessarily, but others.
All right, good to know. All right, don't forget to check out that form. Just fill it out. Take a few minutes. It might save you a lot of trouble.
Pull it right off the site.
All right, thank you. You're going to stick around and listen to my lungs?
You bet.
Had a little chest cold. Just going to check it out, see how it's doing. All right, thank you very much. We appreciate it, Dr. Shufeldt.